my friend. How are you? I am going to just show you a few exercises that you can focus on for this week. So we're going to focus on those shoulders and back, and then I'll give you a couple of core ones. So sitting on a chair with your weights, or if you don't have hand weights, which I think you do, but you could use a water bottle or canned goods. So sitting up tall, open your arms up with your thumbs pointing towards the back. So you're going to bring the arms in and then open them up so that your thumbs point to the back. So feel how that contracts through that upper part of the back, and just open. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that's one set. I want you to try to work up to see if you can do 3 sets. Maybe start with 2 sets for the first time, and then subsequent days. So don't do this, one day after another. You need to have 48 hours in between. So if you want to do this today or tomorrow, then you could do it again on Monday or whatever, and I'll try to send you a video once each week to give you some new stuff to work on for that week. So the next one, you're going to come forward. So again, I don't know if I finished saying that. You're going to do 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Or if you're feeling really strong, you can go up to 12. But since you haven't worked out for a while, I don't want to overdo it. So come forward, so lean forward in that 45-degree position, and how you know you're in that position is those weights should be right outside your legs. So keep that long, strong back, and then just pull up into the armpits and back down for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. The next one, just go ahead and set one weight down on the floor. This is a wood chop move, and it's to strengthen your trunk or your core, but as well as the back and the rotational force. So you need to make sure you've done the other exercises first. And of course you can, if you've gone on your walk, or if you want to just march in place, doing things like this, you can do that windmill motion. So if we sit out and we take it down and up and down and up, we want to make sure that our spine is nice and warmed up, and up, down, and up. Again, just doing 12 to maybe 15 repetitions of these things, warming up for about 5 minutes. You can go back to that marching, even stepping out, out, in, out, in, so that we warm that body up. The more that you move the arms, gets that heart rate moving as well. So doing that to get yourself warmed up. But then at the end, you'll do this wood chop move. So you're going to take the weight so that it's in either hand like this, just holding on to that. You take that down and bring it up, down. So we're coming down by that hip, kind of that motion like when we're trying to, grab the seat belt, and you have to grab that up by your shoulder, pull it down across the hips, just up and down and up and down. Again, 10 to 12 repetitions of that, but you want to do it on each side. So we'll switch and do that on the other side as well. So we have that down and up, down and up. So you want to feel that rotation through the spine, and if you feel comfortable to actually even turn your head, kind of give you a little bit more. So if you look kind of from side to side, like if you're trying to look at something off over here, and then off over here. Taking that down and up and down and So 10 to 12 repetitions on each side, 2 times. Okay? So now I'm gonna come down to the floor and just show you. So if you have a dog leash, a towel, this is actually a stretch strap, so it actually has the loops and things in that. We've used this before. But if you place that on your foot, and then you can use that to stretch, you know, stretching out that hip, and you can lay down flat on the floor, being careful with that knee on that left side there where you've got that, but we want to be able to keep that mobility. So being able to extend through the hip and bringing that leg in and out. And again, just being able to do this on each side as well. You can also use this if you're feeling very tight in your back, holding onto the loop here and then being able to pull open. And again, a dog leash works really well because you can hold onto the loop and hold onto that other hand. But it just to be able to, because sometimes we can't actually reach our hands back behind. So like if we look and we have our hands behind there. So being able to use this strap, being able to stretch through that back, getting that opening through the back. And of course you want to do that on each side. So grabbing that loop, and as it hangs down behind the back, we're able to apply some pressure so we can be able to kind of pull that arm back. And again, never ever hard pressure. It's always gentle pressure, just gentle stretching, making sure that we breathe through that so that we get that nice and open. So being able to stretch with that. Then I'm gonna lay down on the floor here so hopefully you can still see. So sitting up nice and tall, I'm gonna sit sideways so hopefully it'll be easier to see. I want you to just lift up tall and then extend forward towards the toes. Now you might not be able to actually reach your toes, and that's totally fine. You might be up here, or you might even have your hands outside your knees. The whole key is just to try to bring your tummy forward towards your legs. We want to release the tension and things that comes through our back from doing a lot of sitting. Of course, a lot of us are probably doing a lot of sitting right now, and so we want to try to keep that nice and mobile. So being able to just stretch that forward, again, coming forward as far as you feel comfortable, and just holding the stretch for 20 to 30 seconds. And you've got to breathe through the stretches. Don't hold your breath. So if you breathe through those stretches, the next one is bring your leg over top. You'll do this on each side, but I'm going to show it facing you so that it's easier to see. So you have the bent leg comes across, and you want your feet flat on the floor. So then you just grab your arm around that leg and kind of pull it in, using that back hand as kind of like a kickstand. You see this back here as you kind of push up tall through the spine. Being able to twist through the spine, that gives you that mobility and releases through the back as well. And then of course you would just turn it the other way, bringing that leg over top, pulling it in, and just twisting, holding for 20 to 30 seconds. Then you can lay down onto your back, bringing those knees up into a tabletop position. You want to just extend one leg out and then bring it back in, and one leg out and bring it back in. You can also just toe tap. If extending the leg long like that, you should feel that lower abdominal really have to engage. If that's too much, you could just take it to a tap right here, tap back and forth, and that still will engage that core. Start with just the tap or the extension 15 times. Okay, you're going to do those extensions. Then you can bring your knees back to that tabletop position. Curl up the top part of your core as if you were going to try to touch your feet. Curling up, again, 15 times. This helps to activate that upper part of the abdominals. And release. One last move I'm going to show you for your back, but also works with the core, is that pointer, okay, or bird dog. So you're on all fours, making sure that your hands are right underneath your wrists. So you're going to take your leg and extend it back. Start with just your toe on the floor. Feel how your body has to kind of adjust. Then take the opposite arm, extend it long, and then lift the leg if you can. Hold for about 4 seconds, and then release. And then you'll switch sides, taking that leg out again. Leave the toe on the floor to start with if you need to, then lift. Feel how your body has to adjust, holding for that 4 seconds, and come back. And then just finally just ending in a child's pose. So from here you just sit back, spreading those hips out, and just release forward and release all the way through that back. Just relax your head down. Feel that relax through there. So hopefully this will give you some focus to be able to work on for this week. And next week I'll send you another video of some different set of exercises, or maybe some of the same, to kind of build on things. And of course you can mix and match them however you want. You just want to make sure that you are doing something to make sure your body's warmed up a little bit, whether it's been a walk or sitting in the chair and doing those exercises there to kind of get your heart rate moving a little bit, get your body warmed up. So I hope you have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.